Tonight, we report on an accident that happened at an Ephrata dealership and the new location of Quincy's Hot Air Balloon Festival. What's going on in sports, Bob?
The Spuds and Walleyes split doubleheaders and the Mariners sweep the Astros. Here's a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. A cold front approaches the area, possibly bringing a slight chance for showers and storms. I'll let you know how the forecast is looking for this Friday, 4th of July.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A Toyota pickup collided with a Dodge Ram pickup parked at Barry Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Ephrata. The collision occurred this morning at the Basin Street dealership. A person appeared to be transported from the scene by ambulance. Dealership owner Denver Morford said it's unfortunate that she hit some of my inventory, but the manner that she did it was the softest way she could bring that car to a stop. Another foot in either direction and she would have come to a screeching halt. Hopefully she's doing okay. Ephrata police were unable to provide details about the collision Wednesday afternoon. A gang member is serving 23 years in prison after triggering a 3-hour standoff in Moses Lake last year. Eddie Hernandez, a 22-year-old Warden man, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to residential burglary, unlawful possession of a firearm, and assault. Hernandez's criminal history starts in 2007 when he was 15. It includes convictions for rape of a child, residential burglary, unlawful possession of a firearm, assault, and willful alteration or forgery of a request for life-ending medication. He initially faced being sentenced between 4 and 6 years in prison, but the prosecutor and defense attorney agreed to a longer sentence. Judge John Antos sentenced Hernandez to 23 years in prison. Prosecutor Angus Lee stated Hernandez is a gang member and credited the Gang Prosecution Task Force for the conviction. In June of 2013, Hernandez fled from police, hid in a home on the 500 block of Hawthorne Drive. Police negotiated with him for about 3 hours through a loudspeaker before Hernandez surrendered. Community members teamed up to raise money for the battle against cancer this weekend at the annual Relay for Life. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Hundreds turned out for the annual Relays for Life in Quincy and Ephrata last weekend to raise thousands of dollars to fight cancer. Both events were led by cancer survivors who walked the tracks at Quincy and Ephrata High School sports fields. The events featured luminario ceremonies after dark to remember loved ones lost and those fighting the deadly disease. Quincy Relay for Life featured 35 teams and 309 individuals. They raised more than $87,000. The top team in Quincy was Cagney's Crawlers, which raised almost $22,000. Relay for Life of the Columbia Basin in Ephrata took place Saturday and drew 15 teams and 102 individual participants. They raised almost $41,000. The top Ephrata team was PUD Volkswalkers, which raised nearly $10,400. Ephrata's Relay took on a Dr. Seuss theme and featured games and live music. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Thank you, Jeff. Roughly 900 homes and businesses in the Soap Lake and Lakeview areas lost power for about 2 hours Monday night. The outage started around 11:30 p.m. when a breaker came open on a power line. Grant County PUD spokesman Chuck Allen said crews restored the power at 1:45 a.m., but weren't able to determine a reason the breaker opened. Quincy's Hot Air Balloon Festival and Fireworks Show is moving to Lozier Park. On Wednesday night, the City Council approved providing $5,000 for the events, which are held in conjunction with Farmer Consumer Awareness Day in September. The Balloon Festival started in 2008 at Parties on the Green, with Northwest Pyrotechnics Association adding fireworks to the event. Now, let's take a look at people currently being sought out by the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after a short break.
It's not about insurance. It's about assurance. Assurance is a pledge, a guarantee. It's security and confidence. It's inspiring. Your peace of mind is our passion. Bring us your questions, bring us your concerns. We'll give you assurance. At the office of Dr. Brian Jacobson, we offer state-of-the-art dental care, including general and cosmetic dentistry, same-day crowns, and dentures. Do you or someone you love frequently wake up tired? Has there been snoring? Are you not happy with the CPAP machine? Well, call us today. There's a good chance we can help with that too. Whatever you need, you will enjoy your experience at the office of Dr. Brian Jacobson. Call us today for an appointment with the most comfortable dental visit of your life.
Hello everybody, good to be with you. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And it is brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Here's a quick look at your headlines. Late week and weekend temperatures not as warm, but a few degrees below what we've seen during these past few days. Cold front approaches overnight, triggering that slight chance for unsettled weather, promising to push through the region, bringing a brief and a slight relief as far as the hot temperatures. A few mountain thunderstorms cannot be ruled out with this system, and breezy upper basin for this Thursday afternoon. Here's a quick look at the temperatures maxed out this Wednesday afternoon in the lower 90s. The low around 70 and the sunset 8:58 this evening. Temperatures across Moses Lake, similar scenario with these readings, should normally be around the mid-80s. A quick look at the conditions right outside your door. These temperatures still hanging in there, quite hot in the mid to lower 90s with partly clear skies or partly to mostly cloudy skies with the wind out of the south-southwest at around 3 miles per hour. That southwesterly flow allowing that warmer air mass to continue to filter into place. Conditions across inland northwest with partly to mostly cloudy skies, dry and clear along the immediate coastline. But notice we'll have these patches of green. That's precipitation that could develop, and the potential for thunderstorms across the area cannot be ruled out overnight tonight and across the mountains as we head into this Thursday. Friday afternoon, late day, we are expecting for a dry scenario, perfect weather to celebrate this 4th of July with mostly cloudy skies across the entire region. And then we have another system approaching from the Gulf of Alaska, promising to bring heavy rains, showers, and thunderstorms for this Thursday afternoon across the region with partly to mostly cloudy skies. And a closer look across the basin, we are expecting for partial sunshine with some cloud cover, and these temperatures still remaining above normal. Your extended forecast, and notice for this Friday, we are expecting partly to mostly cloudy skies and these temperatures around the upper 80s after that passing cold front. Quickly heading back into the 90s by the weekend with partly to mostly sunny skies. Dry scenario extending well into the first half of next week with those temperatures quite hot by Tuesday into Wednesday. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Good to be with you, everybody. We'll be right back with sports.
Toyota wants to know, how did you celebrate summer?
We go fishing. We like to hike. We love camping, mountain biking, as often as possible.
No matter the activity, there's a Toyota perfect to take you there. From that favorite fishing spot, camping area, or just a great summer drive. Including RAV4, now offered with reduced APR financing or an amazing lease. For details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today and enjoy your summer to the fullest. Toyota, let's go places.
The biggest decision most people make in their lifetime is the decision to buy or sell real estate. United Country has hundreds of real estate offices all over North America, and the United Country team is highly trained to provide a professional service to you and assist you with all your real estate needs. Whether it's the brush country of South Texas or the mountains of Montana, United Country is looking forward to helping you find your freedom.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. The Central Washington Spuds split a twin bill with the Yakima Beetles at Larson Field last night. Game 1 of the doubleheader was all Yakima as the Beetles peeled back the Spuds 14-4. Yakima led 6-0 after 5 innings of play. The Beetles opened the floodgates with an 8-run sixth to make it 14-0. 3 consecutive singles sparked a 4-run home half of the inning, but the Spuds were unable to avoid the 10-run mercy rule and dropped the contest. Jacob Price pitched 5 strong innings on the bump, and the Spuds took the nightcap 8-2 to salvage 1 game of the 4-game series with the Beetles after the team lost a twin bill to Yakima on the road Monday. The Spuds are back in action Sunday evening at 5:30 for 2 games with the Spokane Northeast 49ers at Larson Field. The Moses Lake Walleye split a doubleheader with the Eastmont Strikers in East Wenatchee last night. Eastmont took the first game 9-3. Moses Lake bounced back with an 8-3 win in the nightcap to take 2 games of the 3-game series with the Strikers. Moses Lake snapped a 10-game skid with a 6-4 win over Eastmont Monday. The 6 and 17 Walleyes are back on the diamond this weekend for the Duster Bowl tournament in Kennewick. The Seattle Mariners completed a 3-game sweep of the Astros today, winning 5-2. Mariners starter Chris Young improves his record to 8-4 with a 3.1 ERA. The win puts the Mariners 9 games over 500 for the first time since 2007. M's star Felix Hernandez was also named AL Pitcher of the Month for June, posting a 3-1 record with a 1.2 ERA and 54 strikeouts. It was an epic finish, but it's all over for Team USA. The World Cup dream came to a crashing halt against Belgium despite a record-setting performance from goalie Tim Howard. The keeper with the rock star status recorded 16 saves in the match, said despite USA's incredible World Cup run, the big win just wasn't meant to be.
The margins are so fine, you know, when you play in the big games against top teams, and Belgium is a scary team. They're so talented. You know, a little bit of quality at the end. When you play against top players, you can do. Sometimes you can play your utmost, and you still get beat. You know, we had. At the end of the game, we created 2 incredible opportunities, and we were right there. We were right in it, and we could be talking about a whole different scenario this morning, but it wasn't to be.
That's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Donnie with Verizon Wireless Cellular Plus in Ephrata. Did you know that we offer home phone and home internet solutions? You don't need to pay for a home phone that you rarely use anymore. We have low-cost alternatives that will save you money and allow you to keep your home phone number. Get unlimited talk time, keep your phone number, and keep some extra change in your pocket. Come see me and all the experts at Verizon Wireless Cellular Plus and find out about all our home phone and internet solutions. 1115 East Basin Street, across from Safeway in Ephrata.
Looking for one great place to buy a car? From work-ready fleet vehicles to fuel-efficient hybrids, Barry's 3 locations can provide them all. We're Central Washington's #1 Chrysler dealer. We're the longest-lasting dealership in Central Washington. We have a ton of great cars to choose from. You've been checking them out, right? Call, click, or stop on by. 754-2411 or barrysaves.com. We're Barry's, and we're one great place to buy a car.
Our spotlight story tonight is about an amateur radio club in Ephrata. Reporter Jeff Chu explains what draws people to the hobby.
In the event of a disaster that knocks out all power, They could be Grant County's last line of emergency communication.
Whiskey 7 Tango Tango W7.
The Central Washington Amateur Radio Club is an Ephrata-based group that has been around since 1974. The club recently celebrated its annual Field Day exercise by communicating with other amateur radio operators around the U.S. The club has a portable radio communication system that combines old technology with the new. It is powered by a fuel generator on a trailer. A portable crank-up antenna picks up communications frequencies with a second wire antenna that is flung into nearby trees using a slingshot. Guy Driver, a longtime member of the Central Washington Amateur Radio Club, says he prefers to use Morse code. The code has been around as a means of communication since the old telegraph days of the 1800s. The code uses a series of dots for short tones and dashes for long tones to spell out words. Morse code is still used worldwide.
There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people still using Morse code.
Driver explains why he believes Morse code is better than voice transmission.
My analogy would be, as you speak, your voice gets louder and quieter and louder and quieter, just normal conversation. But if you're under extreme circumstances where the noise from everywhere is a little bit bad, you lose part of that intelligibility from your voice because it's higher and lower. With Morse code, you have two states. You're either 100% on or 0.
Club member Dan Zimmerman said the organization has about 20 members who share the love of operating amateur radios.
Basically just people that enjoy working on radios and with radios, talking to people from literally all over the world.
Zimmerman talked about the evolution of amateur radio systems.
Telegraph came out a little earlier, but radio communication really got started in the early 1900s.
In the past 15 years, Zimmerman said the radios have gone digital using laptop or desktop computers.
Seems to cut through the noise, and some of these things have an ability to, I guess the best way to put it would be to correct any errors.
The club is prepared to go to work in a moment's notice should any emergency arise. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
I'm Gary Brock with Envoy Mortgage in Ephrata. It is important that you know that my purpose is for you to be so outrageously happy with the help I can give you that you will gladly introduce two people to me before we even close your loan. Not because you feel obligated, but because you know your friends will benefit. Please call me at 509-754-3099 or go to our website at nodramahomeloans.com. Envoy Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Loan officer license number 109256. Envoy Mortgage license number 6666.
One of the best things about summertime is the chance to create great memories with loved ones. That usually means road trips, swimming, picnics, and more. Free summer movies at the Lee is part of the tradition. And we at the Ephrata Collision Center are proud to support this great activity in our community. We hope your summer will be safe, fun, and memorable.
A former Football Officials Association treasurer is not serving any time in jail after stealing close to $8,000. Michael Valdez, a 57-year-old Moses Lake man, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to theft in the 3rd degree. Valdez faced up to a year in jail for the gross misdemeanor, but was sentenced to 364 days in jail, and the sentence was suspended for 2 years. Valdez also paid $2,500 in restitution to the association. He previously paid the association $5,000. Valdez was the treasurer and signing secretary for the Columbia Basin Football Officials Association and began taking money in August 2010 when he wrote 3 checks to himself for $100 each. Before the account was closed in 2013, Valdez allegedly wrote $7,444 in fraudulent checks. A Moses Lake woman allegedly tried to rob a man for his marijuana plants. Prosecutors charged Christine Backman, a 53-year-old woman, in Grant County Superior Court with assault in the second degree and assault in the fourth degree. The victim was reportedly involved in a medical marijuana growing operation with a friend of Backman. The two ended their partnership 2 days before the alleged attempted theft. Backman allegedly called the victim to pick up 30 marijuana plants for her friend. She reportedly arrived with 2 other men and demanded all of the stuff. When the victim refused, she allegedly began lunging at the man. He reported seeing a small pistol in Backman's hand. He allegedly took it from the woman and threw it on the ground. They reportedly continued arguing until the victim's wife came outside and saw the gun and began yelling, and Backman left. Backman reportedly later told officers the gun came out and it was an accident. In Northwest news, police have arrested 2 men in Vancouver after a shooting that injured an officer. Authorities say the men were in a car when the motorcycle officer tried to pull them over. The suspects fired shots hitting the officer multiple times. They sped off and crashed the car they were in soon after. That's when witnesses say one of the suspects tried to carjack him. One of the men had an outstanding warrant for drug possession prior to the shooting. He now faces attempted murder, robbery, and weapons charges. The officer is in critical condition. And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.